Have you ever played a match of Overwatch or Rainbow Six Siege and think to yourself, wow, my team is awful. It sucks that my ranking has to suffer because I have 3 or 4 raccoons sitting at their keyboards with nary a brain cell in sight. You think to yourself, I am much better than these players. If only I could play all 5 members of my team at the same time. If only I could influence these creatures and make them do the right play, I could win way more often than not. Does this sound like you? Well, Lemnis Gate is a tactics-based shooter that relies on time loops, which allows you to play every character on your team, and after a week of messing around in its game modes, I learned that I am not as good at video games as I think I am. When the game works, Lemnis Gate is probably closer to chess than any of its contemporaries. Every match you are given an objective. Sometimes you'll be destroying generators, others you'll be collecting orbs of energy to take back to your base like some sort of time-bending capture the flag. Each player has 25 seconds to attack, defend, or collect as many resources as they can, scoring points for them in the process. In my opinion, you get the full Lemnis Gate experience by playing turn-based mode instead of the simultaneous mode. That way you have free reign to attack, see how your opponent responds to said attack, and then adjust your strategy to prevent your opponent from removing your initial characters from the time loop. I know I just said a lot of words there, but it isn't as complicated as it sounds. Okay, that was a lie. It definitely is. You play as one of 7 operators, each bring a different playstyle and feel to the gameplay. Personally, my favorite is Toxin. I like the way their gameplay feels with their short dash and grenade launcher. Another favorite of mine is Vendetta and their ability to drop low damaging turrets to slow down an enemy who's trying to attack your objectives. In the week that I played Lemnis Gate, I did find myself winning a lot, but I wasn't 100% sure on why or how I won. When you make a game that's 5D chess, I think you should try to find a way to communicate exactly how your game works to players who have average IQ. That being said though, Lemnis Gate is extremely addicting, and even if I don't know what I'm doing half the time, I do know I'm having fun. The gunplay feels tight and responsive, the time to kill isn't short unless you're using death blow, but usually it doesn't take very long to kill enemy characters. The queue times are a bit long, but I don't blame the developers for this. I played Lemnis Gate on PS5 and tested the queue times with crossplay both enabled and disabled. As you'd expect, queue times were exponentially longer with crossplay turned off. Damn you scalpers. And with crossplay turned on, the queue time hovered around 2 to 5 minutes. Still a bit longer than you'd probably want, but this game seems pretty niche, so of course it doesn't have access to a player pool like Call of Duty or Fortnite. After spending about 15 minutes in the tutorial, I was ready to try my first real match, only for the game to crash on me and kick me back to my PS5 home screen. This doesn't bother me, but it really sucked that I waited like 6 minutes for a game, and as soon as the match started, the game crashed and I had to wait another 4 or 5 to get into another match. Luckily, this only happened once, but it definitely soured my first impression. Literally, while writing the script, I attempted to play the 2v2 game mode, and as expected, I sat in a 7-minute queue. Crossplay turned on, of course, and when I found a match, it put me in a waiting for players screen for about 3 more minutes, just to give me a connection error. I may not be very good at Lemnis Gate, but I feel like this game has a lot of esport potential, and I would love to see how this game functions at the highest level of play. While there are long queue times and some game crashing bugs, when the game works, it is very solid, and I plan to add it to my rotation as well as recommend it to all my friends. Lemnis Gate gets an 80 out of 100, and I look forward to how this game continues to grow across its lifespan. This was Jazz with Gaming Trend, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to subscribe for more reviews, previews, and gameplay, and if you just can't get enough of that game journalism goodness, you can find more articles at our website, gamingtrend.com.